Hola, ¿cómo está? Me llamo Dash Cash. And welcome to the podcast where we value the laughs with a dash of facts, more life Mondays. So shit, back after 2 weeks. I had to take last week off. I'll dive into that a little bit more later on. Though, but let's go ahead and get into the quotes of the week. I got two quotes of the week for y'all. Just cause I had took a week off. So the first quote comes from Susie Kasem. I believe that's how you pronounce her last name. She said, question everything that is popular and seek answers in what is not. And shit, I mean, that's what I always do pretty much. Like, anything that people is following, the trends, shit like that, and I'm always searching into that shit because it's typically some Fugazy stuff. The second quote comes from Israel Ayavor. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He said, take the unpopular route. Use the road that no one travels by. Think of doing what is uncommon but remarkable. You have absolutely nobody to overtake you on an empty road. Which I say it all the time in my own raps or just to my people. Shit, I stay in my own lane. I do what's unique to me. I don't follow popular trends and shit like that. Don't do what you see everybody else doing. Like shit, do what's gonna make you comfortable and do it your own way. Shit, people gotta realize, I mean, you can get all the advice in the world, but shit, you still gotta figure out how to do it your own way. But let's go ahead and get into the show.
More life, more everything. More life, more everything. More life, more everything. More life, more everything.
So what's up? Yeah, we back in action after 2 weeks. Here for episode 7. So no shit, I had to take last week off. I was out of town visiting some family and stuff like that, so just was too busy with that. Then to really give like a solid episode, I felt like that shit was gonna be trash if I did it up there, or if I was trying to rush to do it before I went out of town. It just wasn't gonna be like how I really want that shit. So I do apologize for being off, but I did drop a vlog on Friday, so y'all check that out. But also with that taking off that week, I just had to get the mind right. Like just been stressing over, like, and I don't even really want to call it stress because I don't really trip too much like that. But just with the wedding coming up, man, so much shit. That's like 2.5 months away. Just so much shit that gotta be done. So that's stressful right there. Also, she's just trying to find ways to make more money in general. So I've been investing into some of the cryptos lately. It's slightly gonna make money on its own if it do pop off, or I could lose it all. But shit, I put like a small amount in there, so I ain't tripping. The best ones though is, of course, Bitcoin. I got some of that shit, and then Monero is pretty good. That's on the rise right now, and that Monero that didn't increase like $3 since I had it. So like, shit, I'ma rock with that one for real. Like Bitcoin it fluctuates. Sometimes it go up a couple dollars, sometimes it drop back down, but we'll see. What else? Like I said, the new vlog, I got that. Check that out. That's gonna be dropping every single Friday. So like each episode of it is gonna be themed. Last week was about whips, all about cars. The next one is gonna be about wrestling. Cause shit, WrestleMania weekend is this weekend coming up. Shit, what is it, April 3rd and the 4th, or 2nd and 3rd? I don't know. Saturday and Sunday though. Y'all check that out. What else? I'm finna drop a new EP pretty soon. Don't know what the name of that shit is, but I got back in the booth too. That's another reason why I wasn't able to give the pod last week too. Shit, just the bars. Like, I tried to step away from the music, but that shit too hard for me to do. So I had to go ahead and get back in the booth the other day. But I'm gonna drop a new EP pretty soon, probably later on this week. What else? Got that new WWE 2K22. That shit alright. I was gonna give like a little review on it, but I decided not to. But it's straight though. It's definitely an upgrade from 2K20 because they took a couple years off because the last one was just trash as fuck. Like, so they took a couple years off and dropped that. It's definitely an upgrade. Probably one of the best ones in years. And shit, if y'all got that shit on Xbox or any games, shit, I played NBA 2K, Madden. What else? I got Halo. Any of that? Add me on Xbox at Prototype 513. Shit, definitely play some games. Shit. What else this past week? Oh yeah, y'all know I gotta talk about the job. Shit, you know, still waiting on y'all to go ahead and get me up out of there. You know, need some more subscribers. Y'all rate, review, subscribe so I can get up out of the grocery store. But it ain't been too bad the past week or two. I just been chilling for real, and then they switched me over to another department for like just the past 2 weeks for real. Cause somebody had lied though, like and said that I asked to be moved, but I never asked to be moved. So they ended up switching me back once they found out that shit was some Fugazy shit. But oh shit. But yeah. Nonetheless though, like that other department, which is called Frozen and shit, just working with all frozen products. It ain't that bad. Like shouldn't the people over there, they actually do the job, like they work and stuff. So I could respect that. But going back to my other section of grocery, shit, I had did that shit the other day, and I was completely out of whack because just shit changed at the grocery store so often, like prices or where they put the shit at in the aisle, all that stuff. So I got to get reacclimated to that, and also to the dumb shit over there, people putting shit in the wrong aisles and shit. I ain't even tripped the other day. I just was like, man, I ain't even trying to pop off on these niggas, but shit, my one homie up there though, like I'm cool with him, but shit, he be on some lazy shit too though. Like I had to shit not help that nigga the other day just cause shit he was on some super lazy shit. And if you ain't pulling your weight, boy, I'm about to do my little job and get up through. I'm gonna do what I feel like is equal for me, and I'm on my way. But it ain't been too bad lately. What else? This past week I done had to whoop my son ass a couple times. This nigga, I don't know, he shit been popping off at the mouth, just talking back for real, not listening, disobeying. And I know he almost only 4 and shit. He turned 4 in a few months, but I feel like kids is way smarter these days, way more advanced than we was when we was growing up. And he know right from wrong. Like my son's smart. Like he be knowing and shit. He be cussing and then be like, oh no, don't say that. Or if you cuss, he'll tell you don't say that. But it's fine when he say that shit. Like that'd be crazy. But I had to get on him a few times about that. And you know, that's partially my fault and my girl's fault. We cuss hella around this nigga, so he just doing what we say. But nonetheless, they gotta learn. Shit, when fucking use certain words and stuff like that. You gotta know them adult words. Like you got some time before you can use that shit. And I ain't really got no problem with him cussing in the future, like saying damn or hell. Like that ain't really nothing. Or he can cuss amongst his friends. Just don't cuss around adults for real. You gotta chill on that. Ease up. But had to get them together though. What else? Shit, be just telling him to do something, he say no, and I'm like, do it right now. He's still on some no. I do my countdown, and most of the time when I start the little countdown from 5, he go ahead and get on it because he know what's finna follow. But earlier though today, shit, this nigga still said no when I counted down. And if I gotta get up, you definitely getting your ass whooped. So shit started with, I mean, you gotta smack him upside the head though. Shit. Make sure y'all hit him on the back, never the front. That leave bruises on the front. Get him on the back, that cushion. That hair, and my son got braids, so shit, he got that cushion back there. And then whoop him on the ass. Leave the pants up, don't pull the pants down, cause you gonna probably put bruises on the skin. So I wouldn't tell y'all to whoop y'all kids, but don't beat them. Shit, it's cool to pop them though. Fuck all that 241 kid shit, like child protective services, all that shit. Fuck them niggas, like, and that's really one of the worst things. Shit, that they can get them involved on the instant because you signed a birth certificate, you gave them the social security number, so now the government got the rights to your kids. But I ain't gonna dive into that right now though. But I've been getting them together. Y'all make sure y'all get y'all kids together. What else? Oh, the governor of Ohio, what's his name? Mike DeWine. Shit, he ended up passing a bill not too long ago. I think it was like last week or the week before, where now for any citizens of Ohio, shit, you don't got to get the CCW no more, which is the concealed carry weapon permit shit. So you no longer got to go through, I think it's like 8 hours of training. You pay the $200 to $300 just to get the license and shit to be able to conceal your weapon. Like, you can just buy the firearm as long as you get approved to get the gun, so you pass the background checks, everything like that, you all good. You can ride around, have it concealed, so you don't gotta have it showing no more. You can keep the bullets in the gun too. Shit, when you in the whip now, you don't have to let no officer know right off the rip if you do get pulled over with it. Now, if they ask you, do you have a gun, you do have to let them know. Because if not, then shit, they could charge you with lying to an officer or some shit like that. But, you know what I mean? Shit, it saved people a lot of time and money. So, that's good. Only problem with that is, like, if anybody can just get approved for a gun most of the time and shit, if you don't know if they trained up and stuff and know when to properly use it, because that's what the CCW class teach you too. Like, it's not just some bullshit class. It's teaching you like the proper times to use your gun or how to properly use it. So like when you see in the movies and they holding the gun to the side and shit blasting, nobody would shoot like that in real life. Bro, if you shoot like that with one hand, your shit flying all over the place. Like shit, and a nigga in the street that ain't got no training probably gonna think that's how you shoot until he actually starts shooting. So you know, just to prevent that, make sure you hold it like that and that got that aim. What else? Cincinnati news. Tri-County Mall, they tearing that shit down. And they gonna rebuild it back up though. As like a shopping center slash like living area slash entertainment area. It's gonna be kind of like the Liberty Shopping Center. How they got the mall over there, but they got the comedy club too. What else? They got the movies over there, and then they got fat ass condos and luxury apartments. So they gonna kind of build up the Tri-County Mall area like that. Shit, many memories up there. It's another place, you know, pastime that's finna be gone. R.I.P. to Tri-County Mall. R.I.P. to Cincinnati Mills too. But shit, that's all I have for this past week. Let's go ahead and get into some sports. A lot of NFL news because, you know, free agency been going on and stuff. So first thing first, I seen Colin Kaepernick. He's still trying to play in the NFL. It was some team analyst. I forget who it was, but they said that shit. He looked like he could still go ahead and go. He could throw in everything. He pretty solid out there. Cardio up. Now I think he hasn't played for like 7 years, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know, it's the difference between when you just practicing and actually playing in a game time situation. So we'll see if he gets signed. I mean, he probably could be a straight up backup for somebody. Shit, they might as well. It'd be great PR if somebody signed him. Shit, them jerseys gonna fly off the shelves too. Like, hella people would be out there to see him. We'll see if he gets picked up. Von Miller, he used to play for the Broncos when they won the championship, like when Peyton Manning was there. But also shit, he recently just won the championship with who was it, the LA Rams. Yeah, he was on them. He got traded from the Broncos to them and won the championship, but he just signed with the Buffalo Bills. He's still a beast. He a legend too, like a good ass linebacker. He should be able to boost their defense. Who they got? I forget who they got over there, but they team solid though. I know the Bills do well every year. Plus they got Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, so their offense is good. Oh yeah, the Tom Brady on retirement. Shit, I ain't really get to dive into that too much the last time I was here, but he came back out of retirement. That shit only lasted what, like 40 days or something like that, they said. So it's good to see him back because Tom Brady, he to go. I should have him on Brady jersey right now. But shit, I'm going to say that for a later time, though. But I'm going to try to get to one of them games because this could be his last year. I think he should do the farewell tour and everything. So if I get the chance to get up into one of them games, best believe I'm going to be there. What else? Baker Mayfield, he pretty much out in Cleveland. They haven't found a trade yet, but they looking to trade him because they recently traded for Deshaun Watson. They got him from the Houston Texans, which I'm surprised the Texans just didn't take Baker Mayfield. It seemed like that would have made sense, but they said they don't want him. They already got a QB. The QB, I don't even know what his name is, but apparently they was happy enough with him. So they cool on Baker Mayfield. Plus, I think Baker gonna need to get a new contract after this season anyways. So they probably don't want to sign that nigga. And Baker Mayfield is kind of like, last season was a down year for him. But also he was playing injured. So I don't know, he fucked up his own shit. For real, he should have just took the time out and then waited to come back fully healthy. Deshaun Watson though, he should be good for Cleveland. But on the offensive side, I mean, they let Jarvis Landry go. I don't know who they got as receivers, so shit, we gonna see how that play out for them. What's his name? Juju Smith-Schuster. He left the Steelers. I ain't surprised though, cause shit, he probably was only still there last year cause Big Ben was there. That's probably the only reason why he stuck around there as long as he did. But he signed with the Chiefs. So shit, he should be a good addition for them. We'll see how he does. He was balling like a couple years ago, but last year, I don't know. I ain't hear too much about him. So shit, I'm guessing he had a down year. But the Chiefs, like, they also traded Tyreek Hill though. Like, I don't know why they did that. They should have kept Tyreek and Juju together. But Tyreek Hill got traded to the Dolphins though. With that nigga Tua. What's his name? Tua Tagovailoa or some shit like that. So we'll see how that play out for Tyreek. But the Chiefs, they should still be good. Patrick Mahomes, he a beast ass nigga, so they'll be straight. What else with the NFL? Devontae Adams. He got traded to the Raiders. I'm surprised because Aaron Rodgers re-signed back with the Packers, so it's like you giving up his number one option. Who he gonna throw to? They don't got nobody else but Devontae Adams, or they had nobody else but Devontae Adams. So we're gonna see what the Packers do. They ain't signed nobody. I heard they might try to get Odell, but Odell might be out for the full season because he tore his ACL in the Super Bowl. So see how that play out for them. And also, I think they traded Devontae Adams because Devontae wanted more money or something like that. And the Packers ain't want to pay that nigga. They ain't want to pay him. Same thing with the Tyreek situation. I think that's why he was traded because the Chiefs ain't want to pay him hella. But the Raiders ended up cashing out Devontae. And then shit, the Dolphins ended up cashing out Tyreek Hill. So shit, it seemed like both of them teams shit fucked up with that one. What else? Matt Ryan from the Atlanta Falcons. He was traded to the Colts. You know, the Colts got rid of Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz, shit, he used to be a beast-ass nigga for the Philadelphia Eagles before injuries fucked him up. And now he kind of, you know, iffy and shit. But Matt Ryan, he pretty much iffy too. He old on his last legs. They got his ass up through, though. We'll see what the Falcons do to replace him. Shit, who knows? The Colts still going to be trash, though. I think that's all I got for the NFL. See, seeing Jorge Masvidal, shit, apparently he put the beats on Kobe Covington in the streets and shit. But nah, what happened to that Covington nigga? He was walking out of a restaurant or some shit like that. Jorge Masvidal just ran up and socked him. Apparently shit, he hit him with the 3-piece and shit, and then just got up through Kobe Covington. He said he ran back in the restaurant because he didn't know what the fuck was going on. So shit, he just dipped out. He didn't know if somebody was gonna pull out a gun, who it was that was swinging on him or nothing. It was just a dude in the hood with a mask on. And Masvidal, he responded on Twitter saying like, shit, well, welcome to Miami, shit, where it's they got the protect your face challenge and shit. And he said also like Kobe Covington was talking shit about his kids, and if you talk about somebody's kids, then you need to be pulled up on. So I mean, shit, I feel him, but we'll see how that play out. I mean, that shit could be all for clout, for real. So they could set up a second fight or something. We'll see. What else? Mike Tyson, he was challenged to a fight at a comedy show, by just shit a normal fan and shit. After he said nah, cause you know people probably be like, yeah, Mike, let's fight. Like, throw up your hands. Like, probably with any fighter for real, you probably gonna be like, yeah, throw up your hands. Let's go ahead and box. But shit, apparently bro wasn't playing. So Mike's security team stepped in, and when they did that, bro pulled out the strap like he was finna shoot. But Mike Tyson calmed him down and everything, gave him a hug and shit, told him it's alright. Like, shit, just ease up. I'm happy didn't nobody get hurt, injured, killed, no nothing like that. It be erratic fans out here. Niggas need to ease up. Shit, they be tweaking. But it's good Mike Tyson was able to calm that man down, you know, shit. Mike Tyson had been through his own shit. So he probably know how that man feeling. Some NBA news. Let's see, LeBron, he passed Karl Malone for second place on the all-time scoring. That's what's up. I mean, shit, he bound to get number one eventually. Kareem, he got the most points scored. I think he set that shit back in the 80s. So it's about time somebody finally passing that shit. Do it make LeBron any more of a GOAT? I don't know though. Like, cause shit, most people look at MJ as the GOAT, and that's undoubtable. Like, I don't think he'll ever be surpassed by the masses. He pretty much got that shit on lock. That's like what baseball and Babe Ruth. Like, shit, if you ask somebody who the greatest baseball player of all time, they probably gonna say Babe Ruth, even though that nigga been dead and shit. He retired. Like, I don't even know how long. I'm gonna just throw out 50 years. MJ probably gonna be the same way, bro. 50 years from now, niggas still gonna be saying Michael Jordan was the greatest. But I mean, it's kind of the truth depending on what you're looking at. If you're just looking at who is gonna get you that motherfucking dub, no matter what's going on, and uplift their teammates to where like they teammates scared the fuck up in the game, it's MJ. Now, if you're talking about an all-around game who do everything on the court, it's LeBron. Like, LeBron score, pass, rebound. He used to defend real good, but shit, as he got older, he can't do that shit for real. Which Jordan never really went through that because shit, Jordan didn't play when he was old, so it's kind of hard to compare that shit to, because like Jordan only played 13 seasons, LeBron then played damn near 20 years. So, you know, shit, who knows? Also, NBA news, I seen Kyrie Irving, he finally cleared to play full time. He can play in New York. The mayor up there, what's his name, Eric Adams, shit, he finally got rid of the mandate where athletes can't play. So he said that he's tired of seeing people from like other states or other teams come in there that's unvaccinated, they allowed to play, which that shit made no sense. Like, they set up the mandate to where people from New York can't fucking play in the games, but because they unvaccinated. But if people that's from out of state come that's unvaccinated, they can still play. Like, bro, it seemed like you were setting your own teams up for failure and shit with that. That was a dumbass decision. So shit, it's good though. He can come back full time. He been balling. When he do play, he dropped the 60 piece. I think was it on the Sixers? Yeah, he dropped the 60 piece on the Sixers. So shit, it'd be good to see Kyrie. Like, plus I think he the greatest with the handles. Like, bro, you could just watch him out there just ball handling, and that shit is like art. So that's dope. What else? Kobe family, which basically his wife. She came to terms with Nike and everything. They finally agreed to partner back, start making the Kobe merchandise, which is good. I had some Kobe's back in the day when I was in high school. I wish I still had the motherfuckers, but shit, I'ma cop some when they drop them. Shit, you know they gonna fly like crazy. So I'm gonna wait till the price drop a little bit, but I'm gonna get some though. Also just Kobe merch in general, like legit Kobe merch from Nike and shit. Like, that'd be dope. They had that with the authentic Mamba logo on that shit. I'ma have that shit. I'ma cop it for sure. That's all I got for NBA. Let's see what else. Sports. I didn't even know the U.S. Open was going on, but I seen it was trans women. I guess that's what you call them. So it's a dude that, a dude that transformed into a man. Not, I'm fucking up. not a dude that transformed into a man, a dude that transformed into a chick or transition into a chick. So what's bruh name? I think bruh name like Leah Thomas now or some shit like that. He was a U.S. swimmer, like Olympic swimmer for the men's team. I think he ranked like 400 or something though. So I don't want to say he trash, cause like in order to get ranked, you gotta be good and shit to some degree, but you ain't the top of the top. You're not the cream of the crop. But he became a trans. He switched over to being a female, so now he can compete in the women's open. And I think with their rules and regulations with that, you gotta at least be on like the testosterone blockers and on the estrogen shots for like, I think it's like a year or some shit like that. So he went through that. I think he's been doing it for like 2 years. So I mean, it would weaken his skills somewhat, but he ended up winning the race though. And shit, he was in the race with the females and smoked their ass. Like apparently shit, he had one of the best times, period. So I mean, it just goes to show you that no matter like this whole trans shit, bro, like if you a dude, you still gonna be a dude. It don't matter what you want to call yourself. You can call yourself a female, you can call yourself a it, a they, a we, it don't matter. You still got the physical capabilities of a man. No science can change that. Same thing with a woman. You transition into a dude, it don't matter what fucking science is out there. You still gonna be a woman on the inside. You still got the female organs and everything. You can't bust no nuts like dudes. Same thing with dudes. Like you transition to a female, but you still can't have no kids. You don't have no female organs. You don't got no ovaries and shit like that. So that's all some bullshit. What I seen, I think it's like the state that the chick is from. They came in second place. They saying that she the winner though, because like basically Brett cheated. Like you transition from the dude to the woman to compete against like other women, but shit, of course, no matter what, we got so much testosterone that's like coming through us, and the testosterone helps build the muscle, energy, all that shit. Like bro was bound to win no matter what. What else? Some wrestling news shit. Triple H, he officially retired. He was on Stephen A. Smith show the other day on ESPN, and he said I know he had like heart failure last year and shit. He was down there on his deathbed from what I heard, but he was on there saying he can't wrestle, period, because he got a defibrillator in his chest. He said shit, if he doing all that extra shit, like he could get electrocuted just from that. He said he ain't trying to go out there and do that, but once he had the heart failure though, it was over. Pretty much he said he had pneumonia and stuff, which he probably had COVID, and then that shit led to the pneumonia. He said, but he started coughing up blood, and that's how he realized like he was going through some shit. His wife, Stephanie McMahon, she had made him get his ass up and go to the doctor. And they said shit, he was pretty much on his last leg and shit, but it's good he made it through that though. Triple H, that was my nigga. Shit. Used to fucking take the bottle of water to the head, spit that shit out like shit. He used to do that shit, or even the DX, that suck it, suck it, suck it. Like shit. I'll stay tuned for the vlog though. Like shit, we definitely gonna have a Triple H section on there, because that was that nigga growing up. What else though? WrestleMania weekend. Shit, that's this weekend coming up, Saturday, Sunday. Shit, they got Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. That's supposed to happen. Stone Cold Steve Austin's supposed to be coming back. Shit. For y'all MMA people, Ronda Rousey, she going against Charlotte Flair and shit. That might be a alright match. Shit, who knows? AJ Styles, he going against my nigga Edge. I fucks with AJ Styles though. Like shit, he might be shit one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. Definitely he might be the best right now. And then Seth Rollins, that's the other nigga who I consider probably the best wrestler, like period. He ain't got no match right now, but they said he might go against Cody Rhodes though, because Cody Rhodes just signed back to WWE. He had founded AEW, the competition basically, but left them recently to come back home. Shit, so we gonna see how that turn out. But like I said though, stay tuned for the vlog on Friday. It's a whole wrestling theme. No shit, we gonna dive in everything: wrestling conspiracies, wrestling relationships, shit, the biggest moments just in wrestling history. Shit, some of the best wrestlers, like anything like that, wrestling related. Um, but that's all I got for sports. So you know we like to give our roses on this show. Um, and since it's WrestleMania weekend coming up, you know I felt like I should give it to a specific wrestler who shit definitely was my role model growing up. If I had to say a idol, I don't really like to shit call nobody an idol because I don't feel like you should idolize anybody. But definitely somebody shit who I learned from just watching like on TV. It's that nigga John Cena and shit. Gotta get that nigga roses. Like shit, he was legit like my real life superhero growing up, and it's kind of because I grew up without my dad being in the household. But like my dad was there though. Like don't get it twisted and shit. I still chopped it up with him, seen him whenever I went to Michigan, shit like that. Um, he ain't there now, but you know shit. But back in the day though, shit, just always was watching wrestling. So like John Cena shit, he taught me how to have that hustle, shit, how to have that loyalty, how to maintain that respect and shit. Like gaining respect, also showing others respect, but then also having respect for yourself. Like shit, he showed me how to overcome any obstacles for real. Like shit, this nigga was on some Hulk Hogan shit for real. Like he'd get beat down, come back, win the match, but it wasn't even that. Like shit, you would just see the stuff he do outside the ring, whether it's the Make a Wish Foundation shit, and just other like philanthropy type shits. So I always fucked with him for that. Plus, he was rapping back in the day. That motherfucking You Can't See Me album, boy, that was my shit. Growing up, I still Lil Wayne that John Cena in the trademark CD and shit. Don't get it fucked up. Like John Cena got some bars on that shit. But shouts out to John Cena. Roses go to him. You know, he doing his thing still. He do the acting and all that shit. Was in Fast and Furious. He had the Marine back in the day. So shouts out to him. Now let's get into some entertainment. So I seen Pete Davidson. He finna go to space, or what they call space, which technically what they just go into like the upper stratosphere. So they're not technically in space when they go up there. They still in Earth's orbit. So really that shit all fugazi. It's they be tricking you with the words and shit. But nonetheless, I heard he going up to space though. So shit that should give Kanye another reason to be salty and shit. I know he probably feel like shit he should be going up there before Pete, but who knows the workings. But also that nigga Pete Davidson, he put out the back and forth messages between him and Kanye. He was telling Kanye like shit they should just talk it out like men and stuff. Cause Kanye embarrassing his family. Kanye family probably embarrassed, but I don't think Kanye embarrassed and shit. But Kanye was telling them pull up to the Sunday service. Pete said nah, come to the hotel he at, cause he don't want the motherfucking bloggers and TMZ and all that shit taking pictures and shit all up in their business. But yeah, he told him nah, come to Sunday service, which at first though, that shit sound like, yeah, Kanye just looking for the clout. But then I started to think about it like, what if Pete Davidson for real just baiting Ye? Cause like Pete Davidson the one that put out the text messages. He told Ye to come to the hotel where it's not gonna be no cameras and shit like that. Like what if he just trying to get Ye to pull up so shit he can get Ye to act erratic and they can use that shit, get a restraining order, so then Ye can't really be talking about Kim and him in the news. He can't be around him or nothing like that. And shit, they might be all for that, just to get that personal protection order on that nigga and really shut him down. For real shit, just to get that distance. But nonetheless though, shit, Ye had put out some more information on why he don't fuck with Pete and he wouldn't want Pete around his family. Which, I mean, shit, that nigga Pete was making pedophile jokes a couple years ago. This was 2019. Which, anybody, period, man. Like, I fuck with comedy shit, jokes, dark humor, all that shit. Like, that's cool, but one thing I don't fuck with is pedophile jokes, bro. Like, that shit is sickening. If you talking about fucking kids on any level, like, bro, I can't rock with that shit. it's a few other shits too, like some death jokes. Like if you talking about people dying and shit like that, it could kind of be a touchy subject. Like shit, it really depend on how hard you go. But nonetheless, though, he was making pedo jokes and shit. Pete Davidson, what'd he say? He said he was babysitting his friend's kid, and the baby was sucking on his finger, and he told his friend like shit, yeah, you what'd he say? He said I don't want to fuck this kid, but he's definitely asking for it. Now, first of all, shit, it's a little baby boy, so that mean Pete Davidson gay, cause he fucking little boys. But I mean, shit, like, but that's just weird. Who make a joke about that? Like, if a baby was sucking on my finger, I'm not thinking of that baby sucking my dick or me fucking that kid, bro. I wouldn't even think to make a joke about that shit. Like, that shit wild. So I see why Kanye would not want his kids around this motherfucker. Shit, you don't want your kids around no weirdo ass nigga like that, bruh. And shit, and Charlemagne, shit, I know that's Pete Davidson homie and shit. But he was saying, it's just dark humor, it's dark humor. Nah, if this nigga made a motherfucking pedo joke about your kids, you'll be wildin'. And that's anybody, like, I can't go. So get that nigga Pete Davidson the fuck up out of here. We won't fuck with pedo jokes over here. Hell nah. But also shit, it is a new season of that Kardashian show coming out. I think it's not keeping up with the Kardashians, but it's like a brand new show. But this shit could all be clout and publicity for that shit, for real. I'm pretty sure. Like, I don't want to say it's guaranteed, but this shit is definitely finna be the main storyline of the show. So they finna have hella motherfuckers tuning into that shit. What else? More Kanye news. I seen the other day, his homie, what's his name? Theodopolis London or some shit like that. I know he was on some Kanye song like years back. But shit, apparently that's Kanye homie. He pulled up on DL Hughley, which it turned out bro was looking for clout, because he said he pulled up on DL, checked this nigga and everything. But when the video came out, he just said, hey, what's up with that Kanye shit? And then just told him, oh no man, you just need to fix that up or whatever. He didn't really do shit, bro. He didn't check this nigga, no nothing and shit. So niggas be looking for the clout. I mean, Kanye could have sent bro there for real shit, or just told any of his people, yeah, just check this nigga or whatever. It don't matter. It's just gonna add to the story. Cause shit, niggas look for clout when the music ain't really popping like that, or anything, whatever your main facet of entertainment is. Like, when that shit ain't popping, you definitely finna be like clout chasing on other different levels and shit. So you know that shit, that Hollywood shit. Kanye shit got suspended from Instagram too, cause they said he was threatening Pete Davidson and shit. I think somebody said he got a music video where he cut bruh head off. I ain't seen this shit, but I mean shit, you know, it is what it is. People done said worse shit in music and on Instagram. They talk about killing each other all the time, shit, doing drugs, shit. I mean, they done talked about raping bitches in music, and that shit ain't got shut down or nothing like that. So I don't know, I feel like shit, the Kardashians probably just got hella pull, or motherfuckers just don't fuck with Ye. Shit, it is one or the other. But his shit got suspended, and they canceled that nigga from the Grammys and shit, I guess cause he came at Trevor Noah, and that nigga Trevor Noah is supposed to be hosting this shit. But they got Kanye up through from the Grammys. And that shit made me think about, though, like, do people even still care about the Grammys, though? Or the Oscars, like, or any other show? Because, like, I think the Oscars was tonight. Shit. But, I mean, my mother-in-law brought that shit up, and I ain't even think about that shit, for real. Like, it still didn't even register in my mind that the Oscars was happening, because, shit, I don't watch that shit. Like, I ain't watched an award show in years. I think since like 2016 I caught like a little bit of the Grammys maybe. Or maybe it was the Oscars back then. I don't know. I can't remember. But shit, I don't know nobody that watched that shit for real. Other than old people. I think pretty much all award shows is just for old people to watch. I I did see though shit that Will Smith smacked up Chris Rock though. That's the only news I seen from the Oscars. He smacked him up because Chris Rock made a joke about Jada Pinkett. Like, I guess Jada got the bald head or some shit like that. And he said that it looked like she finna play in G.I. Jane or some shit like that. But apparently though, Jada Pinkett, she got alopecia, which it caused you to lose hair and shit like that. So she's sensitive about it. Um, Shit, I don't know. Will Smith went up on stage right after that, and shit. Apparently, he said some shit to him, and just and shit. Will Smith known for smacking niggas. He be on his P Diddy shit. Like, if you know about that nigga Diddy, he done smacked up a few niggas and shit. And it don't matter what level you on. Shit, Will or Diddy gonna smack your ass up and shit. I fucks with it though. Shit, you gotta defend your woman. If your woman ain't rocking with that shit, nigga, get that nigga together. Cause Chris Rock was just telling a joke, like it's all jokes, and that's back to the Pete Davidson shit. Like, even though he was telling a joke, like, shit, who knows how other people gonna take that shit? But some shit is just more sensitive than other things. And I mean, you talking about a nigga wife, talking about her appearance and shit like that. I mean, for me, it really, yeah, it depends on like how my girl feel though, like shit. But I don't know. I don't want nobody joking on my lady anyways though, for real. She, I probably do the same thing. I probably smack that nigga too. Um, but also Will Smith though, he did accept the award after that for King Richard and shit. Which, shout out to that nigga. Congrats to that nigga for getting the award. But them shits don't really mean nothing. It's all a popularity contest for real shit, or how much pull you got behind the scenes. And other than that, I don't even think it was no movies though that came out last year that I tripped on that was nominated. Yeah, none of the nominated shit for real. I don't think I seen any of the shits for real. So I don't know, them award shows, man, that's past time. That shit gonna be done pretty soon. Oh yeah, I seen that nigga Jussie Smollett. Shit, he ain't even serve a week in jail. He pretty much went in, he filed an appeal. They said shit, he could be free while he goes through the appeal process. So I mean, that's what's up for him shit, cause who wanna be locked up? Don't nobody wanna be locked up in a motherfucking prison. So, you know, I can understand that. But I mean, shit, it seemed like all the evidence point at that he was lying about the situation. So shit, I mean, his ass should get locked up. And I mean, they gonna figure out shit, either he gonna win the appeal or not. So if he do, shit, there's been criminals that done got off before. It's been criminals that's been found guilty. So, you know, that shit is what it is though. If he is guilty though, he threw away his career. What the fuck shit, the clout chasing. Shit, he had a promising career. And the nigga could sing though too though. For real though, shit. He could sing lightweight. So shit, no telling what he could have done. Also, his siblings is actors too. And shit, big actors. So he fumbled the bag on that one. Shit. What else I seen? 50 Cent called out Oprah and Tyler Perry for them trying to blackball Monique, or I guess they did blackball Monique. And Monique done talked about that shit in the past, where she said they were the ones that initially was putting out she's hard to work with and shit like that, and don't fuck with her, and if you fuck with her, I ain't gonna fuck with you type shit. So it's like that go along, get along gang type shit. You know, shouts out to Kwame Brown on that one. But that whole go along, get along gang and shit, and 50 trying to put Monique back on. I guess she gonna be on one of them shows he got. Shit, she gonna pop up on there. But I know he talked to Tyler Perry, and Tyler Perry said that he never told people to not work with Monique. Shit, he don't know where that shit came from. He just know that, like, shit, he wasn't necessarily doing that shit at that time. Like, shit, the way that she was, he just wasn't rocking with it. And I can understand that, like, bro, some people, they got a big head, like, what was it, Monique won the award for Best Actress or some shit, or something like that for her role in Precious. Like, and after that, she felt like shit, she big shit because she got the Oscar. Which, yeah, like I said, bro, it's all a popularity contest. Like, shit, some people pay them niggas off, bro, to win that shit. It's a fucking group of what, like 30 people or some shit like that. Who knows how many people, but it's a small group and percentage of people that actually watch the films. They get to vote on who's the winner. It's not the mass public that actually watch this shit. But she felt like she was big shit or whatever after winning that. So you know shit, sometimes people ego get too big and everything just go to their head. So motherfuckers ain't want to fuck with Monique. And I can understand that given that situation, but I'm pretty sure it was people that was cool with her or that did not know the situation. I know Kevin Hart said a while ago, shit, he just was told for real, like, don't fuck with her cause such and such, and he didn't know what really was going on, so he just didn't fuck with her at that time. Which, shit, if that's what they doing, shit, that is some Fugazi shit, and Kevin Hart apologized to her, which I can respect that, cause if you don't know what's truly going on, like, how can you not fuck with this person? Like, for me, shit, just cause one nigga don't fuck with my other nigga, don't mean that I ain't finna fuck with my other nigga. And shit, unless I know truly what's going on, it could have truly been some Fugazi shit that went on. But even then, that's not my situation. Like, shit, as long as bro treated me straight, shit, we good. Like, shit, so, I don't know. What else with 50 Cent, though? Shit, him and the Game, they've been going back and forth lately. It pretty much started after, what was it? I think after Game was on Drink Champs, and he was saying that Ye did more for him in his career than Dre ever did. So, like, they kind of been going back and forth. But I know the last thing that was said, though, was Game said that 50 Cent is irrelevant and shit. He just looking for clout right now and all this other shit. And what he say? 50 don't want to see him in the verses and stuff. Now, I think 50 Cent will body this nigga in the verses. Just because I feel like 50 Cent got more hits than the Game. He got way more hits than the Game, for real. But the Game, I fuck with Game, though. Like I said before, the Game, he got some cuts that I didn't listen to. Even his first CD, the documentary, I remember when we got that back in the day, that was the shit. But apparently 50 wrote that shit. And that's what 50 been sticking with. Other niggas been saying that shit, too. The Game said 50 did not write that shit. And apparently he was saying that he 50 Cent ghostwriter. Or it was 50 Cent ghostwriter and shit. I don't know, man. It probably seemed like Game probably looking for clout. Because he threw out a lot of names on that Drink Champs. And if you know anything about the Game, he used to do the same shit in his songs. Like, he would make songs where he just, on some Eminem shit, like randomly name dropping niggas and shit. On some heinous shit, though. Yeah, he said, shout out my nigga Breezy and beat it like Rihanna. That's what my nigga said, though. Like, shit, he then said, he gonna tie Lil B up to it with a full tank of propane and shit. And shit, then kill that nigga with a shit. I mean, this hella shit. Like, the Game be name dropping. So this ain't nothing new. Now, as far as, like, irrelevant, though, I think 50 Cent, shit, he way more relevant than the Game. The 50 Cent got the TV shows and shit popping, which the Game tried to say, yeah, just stick with making TV shows, which if 50 popping for that, he obviously not irrelevant. But even if you talking about just the music and shit, the Game haven't been relevant as far as music, like, in years. The last CD that came out, which might have been, I think the documentary too, that was in 2015, that had that 100 on there with Drake and all that. That was his last shit that I heard of, for real. But, I looked up some of the numbers, though. That was his CD back in 2015. That was the last time he sold over 100K. And shit, he dropped 3 albums since then. Each one sold under 60,000. I'm pretty sure if 50 drop an album today, it's going to at least probably do somewhere around 100K. Just because off the clout, whether it's garbage or not. But shit, 50 don't put out music, but it's like it seemed like the Game is the one that probably need the clout and shit for his albums. Like, he the one that's looking for the shit. I mean, if you ain't selling or whatever, and it might, if rap your passion, they'll keep on putting out the shit. It shouldn't matter how many streams or sales you got. But shit, the Game, he do be clout chasing, though. Both made dope music, shit. Hopefully one day they'll be cool. They probably never will, but they got some bangers together back in the day. What else though with the entertainment? let's see, Benzino. He randomly squashed the beef with Eminem. I seen shit he was saying like Eminem definitely is one of the GOATs out there. Shit, he can't deny it. He done with the back and forth and stuff. He said it's officially squashed. Now I don't know if they met behind the scenes or whatever, or somebody connected them, but that shit was random. But also, I mean, shit, the whole beef started in the beginning on some random shit. So, uh, you know, what I mean, I guess it's good they squash beef. Shit, that shit don't really matter though. Like, who gives a fuck if Benzino really squashed the beef with him? And Benzino don't even make music no more, so I don't know. But maybe M finna he finna get on the reality shows with him or something. Who know? What else though? Shit, speaking of M, shit, that nigga Conway, he was on the Breakfast Club recently promoting his new album. I ain't got the chance to check it out yet, but my nigga Rich though, he was saying that shit fire and shit. So y'all check that out. And I know Conway, the whole Griselda team, they always spit bars, so it probably is some heat. But they was asking about like the Kanye situation, and he was saying he done learned way more and he's way closer with Kanye than Eminem. He said some relationships are just business, not personal shit. Which he said that's the shit with him and Eminem. They just on some business shit. But the shit with Ye is more personal though. And shit, which you can see for real, like, I mean, other than like a random photo op, or probably like if it's just to be that one song on the album or something, you don't see Eminem with Griselda niggas for real. Shit, so I feel him. But also, I mean, I can separate the business from the personal relationship too. So it's like shit, if I talk about niggas being shitty at my job or whatever, how they on that fuck shit, it's just from a business standpoint. Like, it's just on their work ethic. I'm not attacking them personally. Now, if I started saying, yeah, this nigga stink, this nigga dress weird, this nigga a hoe ass nigga, like, if I'm saying all that, then I'm attacking them personally. And, you know, shit, it's just all business though. All business. So shit, Conway and M, they all business. What else? Shit, Bow Wow, he was saying he'll be fine if he never worked with Jermaine Dupri again. He was being asked some questions or whatever by fans online, and it's kind of the same thing with the last situation, the Conway shit. He said that JD ain't made no records for him, or they ain't collaborated in over 10 years, so he ain't tripping if he never make music with Jermaine Dupri again and shit, because if they ain't been doing it, I mean, shit, he don't need to do it now. But he said he cool with Jermaine Dupri and shit. Like, they like family. They ain't got no issues or nothing. But they just don't need to make music and shit. And that's the thing. Like, you don't have to be doing business together. If you got a personal relationship, shit, everything can be separate shit. Or you don't have to have a personal relationship with the niggas you're doing business with. Like, they both separate and shit. Like, my family at home and shit, my friends and shit, that shit is all personal. The niggas at my job and shit like that, it's pretty much all business. Like, I got a couple of niggas up there that, yeah, we talk on a personal level, but it ain't nothing serious, for real, for real. And shout out to my niggas up there, though. But pretty much anything is gonna be on the business level, though. Let's see, what else? Shit. That Doja Cat chick, she said she quitting the music because the industry ain't for her. Which I see so many artists say that shit. I see so many artists say that shit, and it's like, what you think the industry is? Like, I feel like to really make it in the entertainment industry, to make it big, because you can make music, you can go perform at like local nightclubs and shit, but if you want to be a superstar, it takes a whole nother level of dedication. And this is outside of the conspiracy shit or whatever, because it's pretty, like, it's kind of obvious with the Illuminati shit, and I don't even want to dive into that. But no matter what, if you getting famous, you gonna have to kind of become PC, or you gonna have to pander to like a certain group, a certain crowd. Some people, they're not cut out to do that shit. Like, for me, it's pretty much like no big, no matter how big that shit, my shit might get or whatever, I still gotta stay true to myself. Like, shit, unless they dropping 100 mil on the table, that's the only way you gonna see me switch up. But not like shit, you pretty much gotta sell your soul though to get into the industry. So like, you might not want to do a show that night, but you got to. Why? Cause shit, you signed a contract when you gotta pay back the money that you got, the loans that the label give you from the beginning and shit. But also, you trying to make millions, so you gotta get up and do this show. Shit, you gotta get up and do this interview. You gotta get up and do this signing. You gotta get up, go to the booth, make this record and shit. And that could be your passion, making music. But if you don't feel like making music that day, or for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I mean, that shit gonna fuck you up ultimately if that's your thing. It's the same thing with acting. You gotta go to these auditions. You gotta stay up late studying the lines and shit like that. You do interviews and press for the movie. You kind of gotta say PC shit. Like, good example is like John Cena shit. He was promoting Fast and Furious last year. He was, I don't know, he was asked something about Taiwan or some shit like that. But he acknowledged Taiwan as Taiwan and not being a part of China like China wants. So shit, that nigga basically was finna get canceled by the media and shit because China wasn't gonna promote the movie, nothing like that. So I mean, it's like when you make it to a certain level, you gotta tiptoe on what you say. You gotta bow down. Shit, you gotta sell your soul. And I guess Doja Cat wasn't cut out for that. Shit, most people are not. But she'll probably still do music. I'm pretty sure she ain't gonna leave yet. I think she like one of the most popular artists right now, so I can't see her not making music. Plus she signed a contract, so I'm pretty sure she's stuck. What else? Kodak Black. He was saying that if you work with a female artist and he put her on, then he gonna have to smash. And shit, and his reasoning was that he invests all the time and money and shit to promote this artist, build her up and everything. He said shit, he don't need some other nigga coming in that's gonna fuck with her bag and shit and try to come in between him and her. So he gotta be the one smashing her. That gotta be his chick type shit. That's crazy. Cause shit, say again with the personal in the business, fucking is a personal type thing. You making music and songs, that's the business. Like shit, I was trying to work with a female artist like a few months ago, but on some manager type shit, like, cause I feel like I could manage an artist and probably get them to where they need to be. The first thing she brought up was something about, yeah, no me trying to smash or whatever, cause any other dude that I tried to work with was trying to smash. I'm just like, bro, that shit it wasn't on my mind, period. Cause I was there for the business. Like, fucking is the last thing on my mind when it comes to the business, because I done dated people before that I worked with, and that shit always fuck up your business. And shit always. It never fails. So Kodak was tripping with that. Now, with that being said, that chick Mulatto, she was on the Breakfast Club, and she was saying a feature that's on her album, which Kodak Black is one of them, told her that he wasn't gonna clear the record that they got unless he let her smash. Unless she let him smash. And shit, my bad, tongue tied up. Yeah, unless she let him smash and shit. So she was telling him like shit, and she ain't said the name or whatever. She said she ain't gonna out bruh who said that shit. I probably should out this nigga, but I feel it though. Keep it on the low. But shit, she was saying she got a dude and shit like that. And also, she just trying to make the music. She not trying to fuck. But bruh kept on insisting. I mean, eventually, shit, he cleared the record, though. Because it's on her album. But it's like, that's some Fugazy shit. Like, bro, you should be able to separate that shit. And if she don't want to fuck you, like, shit, then she don't want to fuck you, bro. There's hella bitches out here. And once you make it to Kodak Black level or anybody level that's probably on her album, shit, any of the niggas that's featured on there, I'm pretty sure that all of them can get 100 bad bitches. That's probably on Mulatto level or shit or better. So, I don't know, them niggas be tripping. Niggas be thirsty, too thirsty and shit, and they try to hold that power over females. It's crazy. This shit crazy. But on to something a little bit more lighter, though, for all my bud smokers out there, though. my nigga Wiz Khalifa. Shit, him and that nigga Burner. They got a new weed that just dropped called Baby Powder. It's a cross between that KK, which that KK probably like my favorite bud for real. Like just the bud so pretty. Like that shit looked like it was golden when I took it out the pack. Like bro, I seen so many crystals on that shit. That shit ain't made no sense. Then just when you smoke that shit, like when I was fried off of it, like shit, which I learned pretty much anytime I try like a new weed that's like super strong, that shit always fucking, that shit had me going. But that KK though specifically, like your first time smoking that, do not smoke that if you gotta drive a long distance. Cause like, boy, I damn near shit was close to like feeling like I had to pull over. It's like, no, but shit, I was feeling hella drowsy though. Like shit and just hella high. Like that shit had me fucking gone the first time. But he mixed that shit with the cookies though. KK and the cookies. Like so I know that shit gonna be some fire. They also got a shop coming up there to Michigan. So shit, as soon as they get the cookie shop up there in Michigan, nigga, best believe, nigga, I'ma be there. I'ma be there for sure. Also my nigga Wiz, shit, he got a joint project finna drop with that nigga Big Crit. So shit, stay tuned for that, cause I always listen to Wiz Khalifa shit as soon as that shit drop. I've been fucking with him since high school. Like that's my dude when it comes to the music shit. Some smoking shit, some shit you could ride to, some shit you could vibe to, some shit you could chill to. Shit, what else? He be talking about his family and shit. Or his son. Like I got a son, so like that shit just relatable for me. So shouts out to Wiz. I think that's all I got for entertainment. Next up, relationships. So I seen Tyler Perry was doing like a fucking lie detector test though, and they asked him do he do the Medea voice during sex and shit, and it turned out like this nigga said that shit he be doing the Medea voice sometimes when he having sex, which I don't know, I always thought that nigga was gay growing up. I don't think he specified if he smashing chicks or not. I ain't really watched the interview or nothing like that. But if he doing a Medea voice though, which is a chick voice, like bro, it seemed like you probably getting smashed and like that shit crazy. But nonetheless though, shit, do y'all be making like crazy noises? Like shit, some people, like I done watch certain porns where like then they go on there fucking God, like bro, I'm not doing all that. Or even sometimes like the female, like her mom just be hella crazy, or shit, they just be talking hella sometimes. Like the sex talk be wild. Like that nigga Wesley Pipes, bro. Like that nigga say some of the funny shit. I can't even watch a porno with Wesley Pipes in that shit, cause that nigga be talking so much, but the shit be funny. Like bro, I be getting weak. Like I can't fucking jack off, nigga. Shit, and this nigga over here saying this shit. Like it's just, but shit. I don't know, for me though. Like shit, I barely make noise though during sex. I try to give like a couple groans, or yeah, like just say some crazy shit, like not even some crazy shit, some basic shit, just to hype her head a little bit, you know. I feel like that's what you gotta do during sex. You at least gotta let your partner know that the shit feel good. Like, cause I could be completely silent during sex other than like a couple, but you know, shit, other than that, I could go silent. But I mean, my girl definitely finna let out the moans. It ain't no holding that in when I'm in them cuts. But you know, that shit be crazy. What else though? Shit y'all ever, you know, just took the camera shit when you smash and shit, just started recording like shit? Cause I used to do that shit back in the day. With my current wife, shit, back when we was young, shit, we used to get it popping. I know I did it a couple times, but also shit, after like we broke up back in the day, and I was with somebody else. Shit, I did a couple videos of them too though, and shit, that used to be the shit. Like, wait, I ain't gonna hold you, but shit. With that being said though, shit, would y'all still go back and watch them? Like, I don't know. For me, I ain't going back and watching them. Like, well, one, definitely like they pretty much gone. I don't have them in my phone or nothing like that. No computer, but shit. One of them with my ex, that would be crazy. If I'm watching the video of me smashing somebody else while I'm with my girl, like, you gotta be a wild ass nigga to do that and shit. And then on the other hand, like the videos with her, shit, I don't know, them long gone. Them long gone. If I could find her now, I probably would watch them with her. Shit, just to see what we was doing back then. See if I look good or not. I don't know. Shit. Shit, do y'all fart around y'all spouse? Like, shit. Cause I be letting them motherfuckers rip all the time. Shit, my girl be mad. Like, sometimes, like, if I eat ice cream or like melted cheese, pretty much anything heavy on the dairy, cause I'm sort of lactose intolerant. So anything heavy on the dairy, bro, I'm gonna be lighting that shit the fuck up. And my girl be mad, like, even though she be farting sometimes and shit, she try to act like she don't never fart, but boy, them bitches be like, like, shit, that ain't even good right there. That shit be way louder than that, what I just did. Sometimes it sound like that shit coming out, like, but it don't be no shit. It be all air. But she be mad as hell, and I'm telling you, the milk farts, bro, them milk farts stink like a motherfucker. So she definitely quick to tell me to grab the Febreze and motherfucking spray and shit. But I don't know. I think I see some shit too where I think some chick passed out because she was holding in a fart around her spouse and shit. She felt like that sound ladylike or some shit to fart around her dude, so she was holding that shit in. And if any of y'all watched South Park back in the day growing up, the episode where that nigga Kenny was holding in the fart because he was around his girl, you seen what is it, spontaneous combustion and shit. So basically old girl overheated and shit, and I think the gas end up coming out your mouth eventually though. You ain't gonna catch on fire like they was on South Park, but you can possibly like have some damage done to your body. And then also it's gonna cause your breath to stink because the gas gotta exit from your body. So if it can't do so from your ass like it's supposed to, it's gonna find another exit, and apparently that exit is the mouth. So I definitely don't want my mouth tasting like shit. So yeah, make sure y'all let out y'all farts though around your spouse and shit. Get them used to it. What else? Shit, this is more about relationships with, you know, friends and family. So like, if your people's on that bullshit, do y'all call them out about it? Like, is that fine? Like, or should you just like nod and keep that shit going? Cause like, for me, shit, I feel like with anybody that I fucks with, like, if you want some extreme bullshit, some extreme fugazi shit, I might have to let you know I ain't rocking with it. But most of the time when people even be explaining shit, I don't even agree with nothing. I just say that, like, or, oh, yeah. Or, should I feel you? Because, like, shit with anybody, I mean, you gonna pretty much operate however you want to. Like, shit, I do whatever the fuck I want to. So, shit, I can't tell nobody else how to operate, you know, you feel me? But, like I said, if it's some crazy bullshit, like, I might have to let that nigga know and shit. You gotta check your people. Let them know when they fucking up. Because, like, shit, it's fine to be corrected. Or I don't even want to say corrected because who knows what's right or wrong. But, you know, shit, it's fine to let somebody know how to operate a little differently and shit. And also let them know what they doing. Because sometimes, like, we as human beings, we blind to our own bullshit. So, it's good to call people out on that shit. What else? Oh, yeah, shit. Also, though, with that being said, though, always protect your family and anybody that's gonna ride and die for you. Like, shit, if you feel like they your ride or dies, definitely always protect them by any means necessary. And shit, that ties into one of my motherfucking ops. That's what we gonna call them, the ops. They died this past week. Shit, now typically I don't wish death on nobody, no, nothing like that. But fuck this nigga though. Shit, apparently he died from cancer, so shit, it was a shitty way to go out. This motherfucker, shit, it started with beef between him and my sister. my sister's baby daddy's family or whatever. They was tweaking on her. She was beefing with them and shit. So, but this nigga, this gay ass nigga, when it turned out this nigga a fag and shit. And I ain't got no problem with fags, but shit, because this nigga had issues with me, and because what I'm finna tell y'all, this a faggot ass nigga. So, one, though, he said he was gonna piss on my grandma's grave. He wished death on my mom and said he was gonna piss on her grave too. Shit. He, got some girls, and he was there filming the shit too. I think he was helping hold my sister down and shit when they was jumping my sister. So, like, shit, definitely that right there, that's a whole another line. You done brought the physical shit in there. This nigga said that he was gonna rape my niece. And since then, it's been on site. Like, and I pray to not bring harm to nobody. Like, I don't want no issues with nobody. Pretty much any issues I have with anybody else, that shit is all water under the bridge. If I don't fuck with you, I just don't fuck with you. But this nigga went to the extremes. And like, shit, just talked about raping my niece. He said you gonna piss on my grandma's grave, on my mama's grave, you wishing death on my mom. Shit, you help some bitches jump my sister and shit. And then when I pulled up to Flint, cause shit, these niggas live in Michigan and shit, so he thugging this shit on Facebook, popping off and shit, saying he'll beat my ass and all this shit. So I'm just like, alright, I was done with the talking on there, bro. I'm not the type to go back and forth on no motherfucking social media. Shit, I'm at the point, nigga, if we finna argue, we might as well just hit. I ain't got time to fucking argue. So should I get up there? This nigga had the address to my mama's house. Everything. They done rolled past her house multiple times, just trying to act like they scaring somebody. I pulled up. This nigga never pulled up, though. I was waiting outside all day. Sent him, their whole family, the word that I was there. By myself, though. I don't need no help fighting nobody. I will fight 100 people by myself if I got to. Because it's not no hoe in my blood. Shit. Also, I mean, it is what it is. Shit. If I'm going to get my ass beat, I'm going to get my ass beat. But I know I wasn't going to get my ass beat that day. Shit, I was looking to catch a body. And because I didn't get to beat his ass that day, shit, this shit was never over. But now this nigga dead. So shit is still fuck that nigga while he in the grave. Fuck his family. Fuck anybody that love him. Shit. If y'all got a problem with it too on here, shit, I guess fuck you. Shit, if you side with this nigga, fuck you. Shit, you could eat a dick too, along with his family. I hope he's sucking mad dicks while he in that grave. Go suck a devil dick. Shit, cause you definitely went to hell. Bitch ass nigga. Shit, fuck yeah. And enough with that dark side, you know, cause shit, that shit just took a turn. But we done with the relationships. And shit, another thing on that though, like I said, shit, when somebody take it there, bro, we take it there. If I'ma shit on you behind closed doors, I'ma shit on you on camera too. So now time for a quick history lesson. This week I'm gonna tell you about Sadie Alexander. So she was a Philadelphia native, and she was the first black person in the U.S. to earn a PhD in economics. That was back in 1921. Then 3 years after that, she was the first one to get a law degree, and also became the first black person in U.S. history to pass the bar exam. That was in Pennsylvania. So shit, I mean, she was setting trends. She was setting the bar right there for how high blacks could climb. And it's crazy she was able to accomplish all that, you know, getting the PhD and shit while the segregation and shit was going on. So the fact that she could do that when they probably wasn't trying to give her no education, they ain't trying to let her get no books from the library. Shit, she probably getting harassed every day, so she got to worry about that shit. Shit, motherfuckers could barely get clean water back then. So shit, shouts out to Sadie Alexander. And that was the quick history lesson for this week. Quick hits. So you already know about the Ukraine Russia shit. With that, I seen India, they trying to purchase oil from Russia still, even though the United States, pretty much all of Europe and a lot of other places, they done put sanctions on Russia, so they not fucking with them, period. They not purchasing anything. They not allowing them to buy certain supplies from other countries. See Visa, MasterCard, they not supporting any card usage over there in Russia, because Russia would still get paid from it. But India, they trying to still buy oil from Russia, which is crazy with that whole thing too, because we don't really get any oil from Russia. Most of the United States oil is produced in the United States. I think we get like less than 15% of our oil from Russia, if I ain't mistaken. So I don't even see why the oil shit really matter for over there. But India, they trying to purchase the oil though, and they trying to do it in a different form than U.S. dollars, which that's how oil is traded these days. It's all in the U.S. currency, which make our dollar the most powerful. We used to be backed by gold and shit back in the day. You know, if y'all went to school, shit, back when I was growing up, for sure they taught us about like the gold rush and everything. And like if you use gold though, like that powers a lot of things. It's a conductor of energy, so they need gold. But nowadays though, oil, we need that way more. Nonetheless though, India, they're trying to purchase that shit for something other than US dollars. And the last time that shit happened, that was like the Libyan war. Gaddafi was trying to do that shit. He was saying this should be backed by gold, not US dollars and shit, because gold is actually worth something. US dollars, it's not worth nothing other than the oil that protects it and shit, which eventually I feel like 50 years from now, they probably gonna switch completely over into the solar energy. You see a lot of places got the solar panels and all that shit these days. But we gonna see what they do with India. I know India, they go through like a lot of poverty, other than like they got people that's like super rich over there, but the poor people over there, they the poorest of the poorest. Like they worse than our poor people. They can't go in no restaurants and get no free water. They not getting no change on the corner and shit like that. So they probably just, you know, they trying to get that cheese too. Still make them trades, make money, uplift their economy. So we gonna see how they handle that shit. Also, the United States, I seen Joe Biden said they'll allow up to 100 Ukrainians seeking refuge here in the States. So the ones that could get out, shit, they gonna take them in. Also, any Ukrainian students that, if they go to Hampton University, I think that's a HBCU, they're gonna receive free tuition for the next semester, from what I've seen. What else? For any of y'all that know about YouTube Vanced, shit, I'll fuck with that shit heavy. I'll be telling my homies about that. YouTube Vanced, like, it's basically YouTube Red, but the hacked version. It's gonna skip the ads for you, even the ads that podcasters or other people, like the paid ads that they got that they read. If that shit's marked in there or they pick up on it, it's gonna skip that for you. It added that dislike button back in there so you could see how many dislikes is really on the video. I feel like they removed it just because niggas is so pussy these days. Like, it's just people don't want to see anybody disliking their stuff. They only want to see the good shit. Like, bruh, I want to see how many dislikes I got. Shit, why? Because, I mean, it's gonna let me know. Shit, how many people don't fuck with this shit? Like, say if I only got like 100 likes though. But then, shit, if dislikes was turned on still, I got 300 dislikes. Obviously, I probably need to improve on something or change something. Or I could see like what I pushed the button on. Maybe me pushing the button, getting them dislikes, that's that hot topic to stick with. So I think any feedback is all great. So YouTube Vanced, you know, shit, they allow that shit. Apparently though, they were sent that cease and desist from Google, which Google make YouTube. So the link is no longer available on their website. YouTube Vanced pretty much got shut down. And it all started because they tried to make an NFT off YouTube Vanced, apparently, and shit. So once they was trying to make that outside money, Google had to shut that shit down. But if you got Vanced though, the current version, they said should last about 2 years till it's gonna be like so outdated that it's probably not gonna function properly. So I'm gonna still be rocking with that shit to the day it drop. I'm pretty sure they gonna make another app. Somebody else gonna have an app though where you could do the same shit. But if y'all need YouTube Vanced though, I do got the plug. I still got the APK, so hit me up if y'all need that. What else? Some quick hits. There's a white man named Colton Norsworthy. He was out there wilding shit down in Florida. He went to a Popeyes. He demanded a refund for whatever reason. and shit, and started threatening to call the police. Then apparently, like, shit, during his rant and everything, he started calling them niggers or whatever. Like, all the employees was black down there and shit. He started calling them niggers though, and then apparently dude was claiming he got called a cracker though first, and that shit never happened according to the staff. So he just started calling them nigger, 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 nigger. What else? He said he was gonna lynch the black lady that was there. I think the chick that was filming, because it was a black chick that was filming everything and shit. The dude that was at the register, he just stayed calm. He said, shit, well, I guess you entitled to your own freedom of speech. And the white dude still was ranting on him, calling them more niggers, all of that shit. It's crazy. What happened? Shit, the chick that was filming, she ended up calling him a fat ass cracker, and she told him to suck a dick or some shit like that, and bro got up through. So shit, it's just, man, people with that overt racism shit, throwing that shit around. Where anytime you call a black person a nigger, shit, you could be black yourself. I just feel like shit, that is derogatory. Like, I'ma say what's up my nigga to my homies. But like, if I was like, what's up my nigger, like, that shit, one, it don't even sound right. Two, like, just you throw that ER on there, you know what it is. Definitely coming from that bitch ass nigga. So fuck Colton Norsworthy of he's somewhere down there in Florida. Shit, fuck his cracker ass. What else? Quick hits. Tragic news. Kind of made me tear up the other day. Shit, like on some legit shit. It's a 14-year-old boy. He fell to his death. Shit, he was on a ride at it was down there in Orlando at this park called Icon, I believe. And it was like a drop zone type ride where it just take you up and then it just drop you straight down. So it was a brand new ride there though. And the drop zone at Kings Island here in Cincinnati, like, you pull the thing down over, so that shit locked. But then it's a little seatbelt too that click in that lock. These ones that they was on this new shit, it didn't have a little seatbelt lock on there. And I guess bro was already feeling iffy on this shit, but it went up. The guy that was filming it, he was filming somebody else, like his own friends and shit. But as the ride coming down, you just see from the side, like, as soon as he get close to the ground, little bro fell off. And he smacked the ground and shit, I mean, it pretty much was it. Like, that shit tragic. Rest in peace to that little brother. Shit, condolences to his family and shit. I said that shit legit made me damn near cry the other day. Even reading about that shit. Just one, I got a son, so like, I think about he's probably gonna be going to amusement parks in the future. And just, I used to go to Kings Island hella growing up. Shit, riding new rides and all that. Now, it was a ride called Windseeker that was like that, where it take you up and everything. And I didn't get on there when it was new, just because it had too many malfunctions. Now, when I was 18 though, pretty much then. Now, being a 14-year-old, I might be naive and get on a newer ride. That shit, I ain't really thinking about if everything is tested or not. So, I mean, shit, it's just a scary situation. Shit, like I said, condolences to his parents and everything. But on to something a little lighter, not for real though, but I seen certain bottles of Jergens, the lotion, for anybody that bought that shit. I think my girl caught that shit, but we didn't have the same bottle forever. But some of the newer bottles though, apparently it's contaminated with some form of bacteria that if you have a weak immune system, it could be deadly. So shit, if y'all got some bottles of Jergens recently, the lotion and shit, take that shit back, send that shit in, get it checked, whatever, throw that shit away. Don't use it. Shit, go ahead and wait to get some new shit. They pretty much recalled all the other ones. Then lastly, for quick hits, I seen a dog was dropped off at a shelter because the owner thought that he was gay. I could pretty much be sure that this owner was probably a black dude and shit. Cause I mean, niggas, if you think your dude dog is gay, your boy dog gay, you definitely probably gonna get that nigga up. But shit, he said his boy dog was humping on other boy dogs, so he had to get his ass up through. Shit seemed a little extreme, but I guess though, I don't know. A gay couple ended up adopting the dog though, so at least the dog found a new home and shit. I don't know. I think dogs just do that shit though in general. They just hump to show dominance or something like that. But I don't know. That's weird though too. I couldn't imagine my boy dog humping on another boy dog though. I'd get his ass together too though. But that's all for quick hits. Shit. Lastly, we got conspiracy theories. I got two of them. So first, it's on the active denial system (ADS), like which I'm gonna talk about how that shit ties into like when crowds are raging and shit like that, like the Travis Scott Astroworld situation, or like the Who concert that was here in Cincinnati back in the day, shit where they had a massive crowd surge, or just in general how that shit tie into shit you might be raging and rocking at a concert or whatever. Like niggas go crazy at a lot of these raging concerts and shit. The newer niggas, they want to be rock stars. But the active denial system though, or better known as a heat ray, it was being developed towards like the end of the Cold War back then. So basically what this does is it's a military weapon, but shit, they say it can be exploited possibly. And if you got millions and millions, you're a popular figure, I'm pretty sure you can get your hands on this type of technology easily. But they said shit is basically a heat ray. It can shoot out to, what is it, up to like the length of 7 football fields and shit. Cause immediate discomfort. What is it? It can cause you to be confused and shit. And it's supposed to be able to, it makes them, whoever's using it, they can control the crowd easier. Now the experts on it that did create it, they said that the weapon is too frightening though, just because shit, it's basically like a mind control device. But they use this on the people that we go to war with. Like this is a military weapon, so they didn't use it. I think they said in the Iraqi war and shit, the other wars that we done went to control mass crowds. But they said with that though, the people can be so confused that they just stay in the group and they just continue to rush wherever they're going, wherever they think they're going and shit. They in the daze though, so they don't know what's going on. Now with that Astroworld shit, I know people were saying that it felt like hell when they was there, and people was just going crazy. Like some people, they was trying to get out, but some people was trying to stay and shit. But I know everybody was saying it was hot as fuck, so I mean the heat ray could have been blasting out, causing them to overheat. Could cause you to pass out too. Like if the shit is being used for too long, I think they said you can get blisters on your skin as well. I don't know, shit, did any of them get rashes? I know it was like 10 people that died from that shit though. But I mean, it's causing everybody to just surge at once. People not thinking straight. They just out there acting erratic. Same thing with other situations. Like I went to Rolling Loud a few years ago, and like it got to the point, shit, you so fucking hot in that bitch. And then people was just like going crazy at one point. Like shit, a couple of them mosh pits. Now for me, I'm up out of that bitch sap. Like shit, cause like niggas don't give a fuck. They pushing you, they throwing trash cans and shit. I ain't with that. And I'm straight on. I'm about to swing, nigga. I get pushed, I get hit one more time, bro. I was up out of that shit. And that shit probably was just a small range because that was such a small amount of people that was there. It can go up to 7 football fields. That don't mean that they use it that far though. But people was going crazy there. But with the Travis Scott shit though, I mean, they said it felt like hell. And if you got a heat ray on you, pretty sure you gonna feel like it's hell too. Shit. The other conspiracy theory this week though, that nigga Godfrey, the comedian, he was on the Breakfast Club. He had a good interview on there. But the thing that stuck out was that he was saying that he came up behind Bill Cosby back in the day. Like he was an understudy basically. Like Cosby was teaching him the way. And I think he said like he truly seen how powerful Cosby was back then and stuff, just by the type of pool he had and everything. But nonetheless, when Cosby got the revenue up though to start being able to purchase like certain networks and shit like that, he said that's when he seen like the allegations coming out. So first in the 90s they said Bill Cosby had an illegitimate child, and you know back in the day if you had an illegitimate child, shit, they act like that shit was the worst shit. If you fathered a kid outside your marriage, that shit was the worst shit. Nowadays, they don't give a fuck. But, like, back in the day, that was some big shit. So, like, the girl that was saying that and her mom, they was just seeking $40 million basically and, like, back child support and shit like that. And that was once he was trying to buy, what was it, like, NBC or some shit like that. But that was proven to be false. But after that shit didn't work, then Godfrey said, shit, you just start seeing hella women coming out saying Bill Cosby raped them or he did such and such. Now he said, shit, that don't mean that, like, they lying on him and shit. He said, because he got a friend that says she was pushed up on by Bill Cosby. But it's in the sense of, like, back in the day, shit, what was that, like, just 10 years ago? Shit. I mean, we was wilding in high school. Even before then, you could grab a girl ass, grab her by the waist. Like, bro, girls would be bent over in school and we just walk up behind them and just hit them like that. Like, shit. You could smack any girl on the ass, grab her titties, whatever. Like, bro, that shit did not matter back then. And I'm pretty sure that's what Bill was on, just like many other niggas. He talked about doing the Quaaludes with the chicks. I'm pretty sure they was both fucked up. It's like how motherfuckers do Molly or they drink together, shit like that. Y'all both getting fucked up and shit. I'm pretty sure the girl was there to get some dick, probably. If y'all chilling and doing drugs together, I'm pretty sure in your mind you already planning on fucking. But and that Godfrey, when he said that shit, it just go to show you, they gonna stop you from getting a high amount of power, no matter what shit. It's like once you start buying up these networks, because if he would have bought NBC and all that, she pretty much controlling the news and everything on there. So, you know, they gotta push their own narrative. Unfortunately, anybody that try to go against the system, you're gonna get shut down. And that's what you see with Bill Cosby. Cause what he got released from prison and shit, right? But that don't mean that he not guilty still. I don't think he was proven innocent. It's just the information that was used, it was unjust. But say, even if all these girls lying too though, cause I think he probably innocent, like, of actually raping these girls. Do I think he was pushing up on them? Yes, he probably was. Like I said, pretty much most dudes back then, they was overly aggressive with these women. And shit, myself included. And I was a kid, like, in high school and shit. We was overly aggressive. But once you got them allegations on you, though, anybody come out saying that you raped them shit's gonna stick with you forever. Unless it's hardcore evidence that you didn't do it. So, shit, his shit's still fucked up. He can't buy NBC, no nothing like that. He probably done spent hella in legal fees. So they probably didn't drain that nigga to a certain extent. But that's all though I got on that. So shit, we are here at the end. Don't forget to check out the new vlog. Shit, I'll be back on that shit on Friday. Y'all stay tuned for that shit where we talking everything wrestling. And shit this week coming up. Also shit, rate, review, subscribe, shit. Dashcast 513, More Life Mondays on Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud, all that shit. Check it out. Shit. Get y'all a long one today. But I'm gonna see y'all back here later on. Shit, I'm your boy Dash to the motherfucking cash. Dash Cash.
Dash Cash.
Hello world.
Hello world.
My name is Dash.
My name is Dash.
And I be smoking gas.
Smoking gas.
Sometimes I face it.
Sometimes I face it.
Sometimes I pass.
Sometimes I pass.
And if it's Reggie,
it's Reggie.
it's in the trash.
It's in the trash.
Hello world.